What if the best sweetener in the world wasn't made by bees, but grew on a tree? And what if I told you this ancient fruit, once a staple in American pantries, wasn't just sweeter than honey, but also packed with way more nutrients? It sounds a little too good to be true, but it's real. This isn't another lab-made sugar substitute. It's a whole food with a story that stretches back thousands of years. It comes from a tree so resilient, one was found still producing a full harvest in the American Southwest after nearly a century of complete neglect. Today, we're going to rediscover the forgotten fruit that could change the way you sweeten your life. We'll put the bold claims to the test, look at the science, and uncover the bizarre history of how America imported this superfruit, only to leave it behind. This is the story of a food that's making a comeback, and for very good reason. So, is it really better than honey? Let's find out. The fruit we're talking about is the jujube, also known as the Chinese date or red date. If you've never heard of it, you're not alone. But this fruit has been a cornerstone of food and medicine in its native China for millennia. While it's been formally cultivated for at least 4,000 years, archaeological evidence of its use goes back an incredible 7,000 years, making it one of the oldest fruits known to humanity. So what is it exactly? The jujube is a small, round or oval-shaped fruit that grows on a remarkably tough tree from the buckthorn family, a plant that can handle drought, floods, and terrible soil. The fruit itself starts out a vibrant light green with shiny, crisp skin. At this stage, it has the texture and taste of a sweet, snappy apple. But as it ripens on the branch, something magical happens. The skin blushes from green to a patchy red-brown, and finally to a deep, uniform mahogany. If you leave it to dry even further, it wrinkles and shrivels, which is where it gets the name Chinese date. Fresh or dried, this humble-looking fruit packs a punch of flavor and nutrition that's been prized for ages. And while China still produces a staggering 97% of the world's supply, its journey to America is a story of promise, discovery, and ultimately, neglect. That phrase, sweeter than honey, is a pretty bold claim, mostly rooted in old stories and cultural descriptions. But is it literally true? Well, the answer is complicated, and that's what makes it so interesting. It all comes down to the variety of jujube and how you're eating it. There are hundreds of types, but a few really stand out. Varieties like sugarcane and honey jar are famous for their mind-blowing sweetness. When you bite into a fresh, perfectly ripe honey jar jujube, the experience is startling. It's incredibly crisp, juicy, and has a focused sweetness that many people say reminds them of caramel or, you guessed it, honey. It doesn't have the floral notes of honey, but it delivers a pure, sugary kick with a fantastic apple-like crunch. Other popular types, like the large li jujube, are a bit milder. They're often compared to a cross between an apple and a pear, satisfyingly juicy and sweet, but not overpowering. And when these fruits are dried, their sugars concentrate and the flavor gets deeper. They become chewy and taste a lot like a regular date, but they're often less sticky sweet. So, is it better than honey? In a straight-up flavor contest, honey is definitely more complex and floral. But where the jujube wins is its texture and versatility. You can't really snack on a spoonful of honey, but a handful of fresh jujubes is a crunchy, satisfying, and naturally sweet treat. It gives you that sweetness in the form of a whole fruit, which leads to its single greatest advantage, its unbelievable nutritional profile. The sweetness is really just the beginning. This is where the jujube pulls way ahead of traditional sweeteners. When we think of honey, sugar, or maple syrup, we're talking about processed sweeteners that are almost pure sugar. They give you calories and sweetness, but that's about it. The jujube is a whole different animal. It's a whole food, and it is nutritionally dense. Let's start with the biggest difference: fiber. A 100-gram serving of fresh jujube has a remarkable 10 grams of dietary fiber. That's nearly half of its total carbohydrates. For comparison, honey and white sugar contain zero fiber. None. Fiber is crucial for a healthy gut, keeps you feeling full, and helps regulate your appetite. Next up, vitamin C. Fresh jujubes are an absolute powerhouse here. A single 100-gram serving can provide more than your entire recommended daily intake of vitamin C, with some varieties packing in several times that amount, a concentration that rivals and often surpasses oranges. How much vitamin C is in honey or sugar? Pretty much nothing, and it doesn't stop there. Fresh jujubes also have a very low glycemic index, often estimated to be around 20 to 30. The glycemic index, or GI, measures how quickly a food spikes your blood sugar. White sugar has a high GI of around 65, and honey is typically in the 50 to 60 range. This means jujubes give you a more stable, sustained energy release without the sugar crash. Finally, they're loaded with minerals like potassium, which is vital for heart health, as well as a host of antioxidants that help protect your cells from damage. When you sweeten something with jujubes, by eating them fresh, adding dried pieces to oatmeal, or making a tea, you're not just adding sugar, you're adding fiber, vitamins, and powerful nutrients. It's a total upgrade that simple sweeteners can't even come close to. The story of how the jujube came to America, and then almost completely vanished, is a strange chapter in our agricultural history. The fruit's journey west started centuries ago, traveling the Silk Road to the Middle East and Europe. The Roman historian Pliny the Elder even wrote about jujubes being brought into Rome around the 1st century AD. Its American story, though, kicks off much later. The first documented introductions were in 1837 with inferior European seedlings that didn't really impress anyone. The real game changer arrived in 1908 thanks to the legendary USDA plant explorer Frank N. Meyer. While traveling in China, Meyer saw the jujube's incredible toughness and realized its potential for the arid parts of the United States. He imported over 30 superior Chinese cultivars, including the Lai variety that is still one of the most popular today. The USDA set up trial orchards in California, Texas, and New Mexico. For a while, it looked like the jujube was on its way to becoming a successful new crop. Scientists raved about its high food value and amazing reliability. So why don't we see jujubes next to apples in every grocery store? It was a mix of bad timing and tough competition. The jujube was an unknown fruit trying to find its place in a market already full of beloved classics like apples, peaches, and oranges. Those first, unimpressive seedlings had given it a bit of a bad rap, and without a big marketing push, it just failed to catch on with the public. When the initial research funding dried up, many of the trial orchards were abandoned. The jujube was basically forgotten by mainstream agriculture. It only survived in the backyards of a few enthusiasts and in those scattered, neglected orchards, which is a testament to its hardiness. It's only in the last few decades that a quiet revival has started, driven by small-scale growers and health-conscious folks who are rediscovering this incredibly resilient and nutritious fruit. America didn't lose the jujube because it wasn't good. We lost it because we just weren't paying attention. For thousands of years, the jujube wasn't just seen as food. It was considered powerful medicine. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's been used for over 2,500 years to calm the mind, nourish the blood, and help with sleep. Ancient texts even prescribe it for anxiety. Now modern science is starting to catch up and see what's behind these ancient claims. Researchers have found compounds in jujubes, especially saponins in the fruit and seeds, that seem to have a calming effect on the brain. Early studies suggest jujube extracts can help improve both sleep quality and duration. Its antioxidant properties are also a huge area of research. The high levels of flavonoids and other compounds may help protect brain cells and give the immune system a boost. Some studies even point to a specific type of fiber in jujubes that can encourage the production of immune cells. And here's a fun fact. There's a highly prized and very expensive honey called cedar honey, which is made by bees that pollinate jujube trees. It's famous for its medicinal properties. But here's the secret. The jujube fruit itself contains many of those same beneficial compounds, but with the huge added bonus of fiber. You get the wellness benefits without the crazy price tag, straight from the whole fruit. The jujube isn't just a sweetener, it's a functional food that has been supporting human health for millennia, long before we ever came up with the word superfood. If this journey into the world of the jujube has sparked your curiosity, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into forgotten foods. We want to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever tried a jujube? And what forgotten fruit do you think we should investigate next? Your suggestions help shape our future adventures. So, is the jujube really better than honey? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. Honey will always have its place. But what's clear is that the jujube offers something fundamentally different. It's not just a source of sugar, it's a nutrient-dense, fiber-packed, vitamin-rich whole food that just so happens to be delightfully sweet. It offers a way to satisfy your sweet tooth while actually nourishing your body. We've seen how it stacks up nutritionally, we've explored its fascinating and forgotten history in America, and we've learned about its ancient medicinal roots. The jujube is a story of resilience and rediscovery. It's a fruit perfectly suited for our modern search for healthier, more sustainable foods. So the next time you reach for a sweetener, remember the fruit America forgot, the one that might just be the smarter, more wholesome choice.